Yeah, 4-game week. We start off with La Tech on the road. They've got a good ball club. I think they were 38 in RPI this morning. So the loss we didn't want to get, but we got. And fortunately, it's not a devastating RPI loss because they're having a really good year. But I thought we had the game. It's kind of a tail of our season. We had the game, I thought, going our way, and a bad inning in there, and I think the final score 3-1, 4-1, 5-4, 5-3. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. A wise man told me, Dr. Maggart, it's not the score, it's the letter, and the letter was L. That I know. And then we come back home, regroup, and Coastal Carolina, we had 3 games. I think the first game was 7-5, and the next game was 13-0, and then Sunday's game was 2-1. I think the kind of 3 totally different games, and I like the fact that we're winning games different ways. I like being able to win the low-scoring game. I enjoy the high-scoring game the most because it's easier on me, and then I liked how we scrapped out the win on game 1. I thought they come into the series hitting the ball really well, coming off the series with Troy. They'd scored a lot of runs. They had a lot of momentum offensively coming in, and we did what we had to do to win. I thought Delbury was a highlight of the weekend for me, a huge relief to see her go out there and get that third arm, have a really good outing. She was really confident. Coach Justin had her really prepared, I thought, and she'd taken a couple of weeks where we just working the bullpen, trying to get her back to where we felt like she was confident, and Justin, felt like she was ready to go, and she gave us a huge lift out of the in the rotation in game 2, and then game 3, we had a chance to see the hitters for 2 days. And I wasn't trying to have fun. I was trying to win. I noticed a lot of people took from it I was just having fun with the lineup, but I wasn't. I was trying to win, and we've been practicing for that moment for several weeks where we had Landry doing outfield work, and we had Chloe hitting and taking batting practice. Coach Shelley's been working hard with her on her hitting. For that rotation system to work, one of them has to be in the offensive lineup 100% of the time, and one of them has to be on the field 100% of the time. So I thought that was something we'd been working towards over a period of weeks, and it worked really good yesterday. We'll definitely revisit it again later in the season, and depending on how it works, whether we'll continue to do it or not. But a much-needed three-game sweep kept us 6-0 in the Sun Belt, gives us some momentum going into App State, where we've lost a game the last couple of times we've been there, and I think they took 1 game each of the last 2 years from us in the series. So this will be a really important series coming up on the road. It looks like the weather's going to be horrible, and so we'll expect to have some game time changes and maybe even play a doubleheader before the week's over. And try to keep the pace in the conference.
So who's in charge of making sure Mr. Bobby doesn't fall off the mountain?
Mr. Bobby's really worried about going up the mountain. I think if he gets to the top, he'll be fine. And then we'll start worrying a little bit more when we have to go back down the mountain. But I know last time, I hadn't been there, and Mr. Bobby, of course, was very nervous about going up the mountain, and I thought, what's a mountain? I'm telling you, I thought I got out and pushed the bus and made it go faster when we went up that hill. The bus barely got up it, and I was kind of shocked by that. So I do kind of get Bobby's concern there, but it sure is pretty when you get up there too. It's a beautiful, beautiful town, and I look forward to being there.
Was there any doubt that just make sure I understand, was the second hitter of the game flying out to right yesterday? Did the ball find Landry, and did you expect that?
Yeah, somebody asked me if it scared me, and I said, no, it was hit too hard. I didn't have time to get scared. It was really hit well. And I think the one surprising fact that a lot of fans, they don't realize, she's our 4th or 5th fastest player. She's in the, when we sprint, we put them in groups of 5, and she's in the top tier group along with Maya Davis, Maddie Hayden, and Deja Williams. She's a very good athlete, and she played high school all the way through, outfield all the way through high school, and very comfortable out there. And of course, she shags all the time in BP. I said she kind of like our Ron Guidry with the Yankees, where he was always out there in BP, and they talk about him being the best outfielder. Landry's very. I'm not saying she's better than Maya Davis or Maddie Hayden, but she's very good in the outfield, and I love watching her run down balls in BP. So it's just a way to get her out there and get her comfortable. She could also play first base, but I just worry about a collision. I don't want to get her hurt.
So
Is she the type?
no, go ahead.
Is she the type player that you could work with her on the short game, bunting, and so forth, and she could, be in a role where you even give you more flexibility when Chloe's not in the bat line?
You mean Landry?
Yeah.
Yeah, she can field the bunt. She's a very good fielding position. A fielding position from first base, and yeah, she can move to first very easily. I just worry about a collision with a runner going down the line, and the footwork is more of a concern to me. Or throw in the left-hand side and she puts her glove on him and gets the shoulder hurt. I feel really comfortable with her in the outfield. Of course, I've told her don't even go over near that wall on a foul ball. So there's risk anytime you put an athlete out there in competition. And when you're talking about one of your pitchers, you don't do it lightly. You think a lot about it. But I think we've got something really special there with Chloe's ability to match up with lefties and Sam's ability to match up with hitters and just trying to figure out ways to get better as we go down the stretch.
So Sam's not an option to hit like Chloe is.
Not as much, no. She hit in high school, and she's a very good hitter. And when she got here, my plan was for her to be a hitting pitcher. But we've not been doing BP, and she's Sam's wanting to go into medicine. Her academic field is very tough. So she's got a lot of demands on the academic side, and I think that's the only physically, could she hit? Yes. Is she talented enough to hit? Absolutely. But the demands of she wanted to go in and be a doctor, and I don't want to take away from her. She doesn't want to take away from her academic field enough to do pitching, hitting, and it's a lot.
I was thinking this weekend, everything that's going on, y'all are playing tremendous defense. But to me, it kind of all centers around Sissy being able to improve as a hitter. Without that, none of this would be going on. Just talk about that and how critical that's been to what you're doing right now.
Yeah, we went through a lot of early season adversity, but if, I'm laying in bed last night thinking about it, if the things hadn't happened the way they happened, we wouldn't be in the places that we're at right now, and in a really good place. Ellistat had an early season slump, didn't hit like, I wanted her to hit or she wanted to hit. And I set her down for a few games to give her some rest. And in that time, Sissy was really playing a high-level shortstop. And, Brooke was just glad to get on the field. Didn't matter where we put her. And went back to third base and made an outstanding play on a bunt. And then made an outstanding play to her left. And we're like, wow, that was really high level. And I think she realized it was a high-level play. And she kind of, accepted that challenge at third base. So I feel like we've really got a kid playing third base at an elite, like a national level third baseman the last 10 games. And then we got Sissy playing shortstop at a elite national level. So I feel like all of a sudden we've got the left side of our infield is just phenomenal with Brooke, the way she's fielding bunts and her range to her left and her right and her arm to turn double plays from deep behind the bag. And then you've got Sissy just tremendous hands, tremendous range, especially to her left. Like her movement to her left up the middle is just really special. And then Sissy's bat just coming on along with Brooks. I mean, both of them are now over 300. So it's just, there was a lot of adversity, but it through the whole situation kind of helped us get to where we're at in a really good place. So now you've got, I feel like they match up with about any shortstop third baseman in the country right now.
So besides the mountain part of it, what is the challenge with App as a team?
For us, it's staying focused. Like, I think our challenge with this team is the same this week as it was last week. Is like we're playing against ourselves. And, it doesn't matter the other teams, the shirts, they're going to do what they do. But if we control what we do and we do it to the highest level we can, we'll come out a winner almost all the time. And I think just staying focused, staying even keel, keep working to get better. Also, players just what we've done really good the last 14 games is anything I ask them to do, switch positions, pinch hit, do whatever you do, make the sacrifices for the team. That's allowed us to win, and if we can continue that, I think we'll be in a really good position to win. Because we've got a lot of players making sacrifices to be on our ball club right now, and that's that's really critical as we go through this next series.
What did Lexi do Saturday that she wasn't doing before y'all, those 2 weeks that you kind of worked with?
She really located her rise ball really well on the inside corner. Like she stayed belt high inside to get ahead and then went up and elevated out of the zone. When she got the count in her favor, she was able to get bad contact, weak contact, and even swing and misses out of the zone. And that worked because she was able to get ahead in the count. So like her strike to ball ratio was really good. She was up there, I think, right around 70% strikes. And I think that's critical for her. She's also, her velocity is way up. Like she was throwing hard. She had some 67, 66 mile an hour pitches. She, her changeup was very good early in the game, and her drop ball was good the entire game. So she really had everything working Saturday. Her command, her break, and her different pitches. So I think it starts with her being relaxed, and very important for her to get relaxed. So I think she'll definitely get another start this weekend, and I'm just hoping she'll stay relaxed and keep getting better.